Is this all thought you're talking about, though, Laura? I shouldn't be interested in the message. Like you said, these are just sounds.
No,
And
no.
once you know,
First of all, you see, is nothing wrong with thinking. What the thinking we're talking about is that something needs to change in order for you to be what you are, already perfectly realized. Those are the thinking we're talking about. What you
okay.
are will never become realized. You already are infinitely realized. What you are letting go or liberating yourself from is the concepts to the contrary. The idea they're telling you you are not. You are far away from it. You need to work. You are not getting it. How long more? On and on and on. That is what disappears, collapses by itself. The moment you open to the possibility that what you are right now, that which is hearing, that which before hearing doesn't need a thought in order for hearing to happen, that which is already silent, that without which you couldn't hear the inner voices, apparently in the mind. And is that also which is hearing through the physical ears, this voice. What you are is that which hears. Hears directly what we call thoughts, and hear directly what we call sounds through the ears. That is already perfectly realized. That is already conscious. Because we are not honoring it. We are more interested in the noise, in the activity, in the movement, which is okay. That's what we have been exercising. We thought it was fun, but now somehow we have gotten dizzy.
Yes.
All of a sudden I said, wait a minute, I like to have some peace, some quietness, at least I wouldn't mind half an hour a day fully and completely. You see? So when you start to open to honor what is real, that which is not real naturally collapses.
And how do I honor it then?
Yes, that I can point you towards because it is the
Okay.
easiest thing because you already are. You see? Like for instance, let's do it right now. I mean, right now, the reason that you can hear is because it's appearing in silence. Otherwise, you couldn't experience hearing.
Mm.
And this silence is ever present, is untouched, unaffected, uninterrupted, unlimited, boundless. All of that, it becomes obvious very quickly. The moment that at least the inner voices, when they appear, when you let them be just sounds and you are open to see that in which arises this openness, this silent openness. What it will do is that at the beginning the thoughts appear like this, very close to you. It's you, you know. But what
Yeah.
happens is immediately there is a space. The moment you honor the silence, immediately there is a space. You don't have to make it happen. It happens by itself. Because you already are. You don't need to work for it. That's the beauty. Maybe you have heard this saying that says when you take one step towards what you are takes 7 steps towards you. You see?
Yes.
So the moment taking a step is honoring that which is real. The natural silence ever present. That is ever present. That is a proof that perhaps you are completely realized, perfectly realized. You see? And that applies to the images that we see in our imagination, what we call imagination. In order to see those images, notice that you don't need to close your eyes. You can see the images in your mind without closing your eyes. Why? Because you are not seeing with the physical eyes. You are seeing it with that which sees you. But in order for that seeing to happen, it's because there is a space. Otherwise, you couldn't see the image. But we ignore that space as much as we ignore what we call the physical space. The physical space without which we couldn't have what we call tables, lamps, chairs, all that content.
Yes.
That is there only because there is physical space. Same thing with the thinking or with the sensations. You see? So when you start to see more and more, when you start to honor more and more how available is this silent, spacious emptiness, immediately something gets loosened up in your chest area. And what loosens up is because when you honor what you are, that which is not real, it starts to unravel, it starts to dissolve naturally. Because there is no such a thing, I need to do, I need to accomplish, it has to be done. All of that is effort.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm inviting is to let be what you are, effortlessness itself. It already is being a lot of effort to maintain that which is not real. It's exhausting. I can see that already somehow you could do without it. It's starting to stink, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
So that is a privilege. That is a blessing. To be interested in what you truly are, what is actually real. So what is real is that which sees, hears, and senses directly. That first doesn't need a thought in order to hear. First doesn't need a thought in order to see. First doesn't need a thought in order to feel. It's immediate. It's the immediacy of it. Because it's timeless. So the timelessness that you are has no time for that which is made out of time. And everything the mind offers, sounds, images, and sensations are made out of time. So when you are timelessness, you don't need to focus on the sound because that will be effort. In the contrary, relax the focusing. In the same way that when you go to a landscape of the sea, look at that you really feel like you want to open and embrace it. Same thing. The reason that you have that sense is because that's what you are, openness itself.